Hey guys, welcome back to No Plans Today podcast. It's been a minute, I would say like 4 weeks since I sat down and shot a podcast because life has been kicking my ass, and so has college, and so has everything else. I don't know how anyone manages to fucking balance their life, but it doesn't work for me. So if you guys got any tips and tricks on how to fucking manage myself, please fucking email me. Anyways, we got 2 people here today. Say hi, guys.
Hey.
You're so low. They can't hear you.
What's up?
So, the new voice is Marissa. And and Ariana has been here already.
Hi.
So, I have a question for you guys.
What's up?
If you had to go back and see your past self, your former self, what would you do? Would you hug her or would you slap that bitch?
I'd hug her.
Why?
I'd be like, damn, girl, you better go through it. You know? I don't know.
Would you try to steer her into a different path because you already know what's gonna happen, or would you just be like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna just let you rock?
No, because I think everything that happens for a reason. But I don't know. I feel like I made the choices that I did, and that's led me to where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just want to prepare myself and be like, yo, this is gonna happen. Just know that this is gonna happen. Accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Move on. That kind of stuff.
I mean, if I go back to my past me, I already know how she is, because I'm going back to the past. So it's just I feel like I wouldn't be able to tell myself what's going to happen because I'm going to think about it too much because I know. I mean, what age are we talking about,
Just 5 years, I guess.
Nah, I wouldn't be able to tell her what was going to go on because, you know what? Yeah, I've been through some shit, but, but, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say anything. I would hug her. I would definitely hug her and tell her, Jesus Christ, girl, go find God soon. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think I would tell my past self anything about my future. I would just let her know shit's gonna get hard and it's gonna get hard fast and there's nothing you can do but just go up from here.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to be yelled at, but I don't know. I very well might yell at myself too. So who knows?
I mean, 5 years ago, I feel isn't that long of a time,
But that's a lot of time to stop yourself from doing anything stupid.
The major thing that I went through happened 6 years ago. So it's 5 years ago, I'm going through it already. So I would just be like, yo, listen, shit's gonna get better, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get out of it. But if you wanted this is what your future is gonna be I would need to be back 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
what about you? 5 years ago, what was I doing? I honestly was.
I'm trying to think.
I was still working with children. That's all I know. I was still working with children, and I was trying to figure out what I want to do. I didn't go to esthetician school yet. I didn't go to college yet, because 5 years ago we were still in high school. It was senior year, and we were all preparing to do whatever we wanted to do for the rest of our lives. And I was kind of stuck, trying to figure out what everyone else was doing. And I really hate that about myself, that I need everyone else to have their shit figured out so I can figure out my shit. And if they don't, then I'm fucked up. But I kind of got to stop doing that because that just means I'm relying on whatever that person got, and I don't have a plan for myself. So honestly, I'd probably just go back and be like, bitch, stop being fucking stupid. Wake the fuck up and do what the hell you need to do for yourself.
Yeah.
Because by the time I tried to do anything for myself, it was too late. Because I just fucking picked... Well, I had a dream college and I got accepted. But way too expensive. Because fucking America just loves to fucking make every single college $100,000 a year pretty much. So there was that dream was out the window. But my teacher actually, senior year, she gave me a letter that I wrote to myself in 9th grade. And I'm really happy that she did that, because when I opened it up, I was like, oh, I really hope.
Having to do that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I was
don't
like,
think
oh.
I got mine back though.
I never did that.
Really?
I don't think I ever got mine back. Now that I think about it,
Wow. Yeah, no, shout out to Miss Dorsa.
that's crazy.
We should
yeah,
do
Miss
that
fucking
now.
Dorso. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I love Miss Dorso. She was a fucking dope ass person.
What subject?
English.
Yeah.
English. She was a
11th?
white woman. She used to do her hair like all blown out and big.
She taught all no, she
She's
taught
sweet.
I think she taught 9th grade and 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't have her in 9th grade.
That's when I got mad. Senior year is when I got really close to her, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, she gave me a letter, and I was just
she
like
told me,
chatting.
she's like, I didn't have you for 9th grade, so I don't have your letter. That's what she said. I never got a letter.
Yeah.
But I do remember she told me to write a letter to my future self now and keep it. But I'm
Yeah,
pretty
we
sure I
should do it.
Yeah,
Like
I literally
now.
was just like, I hope you're a nurse. I hope you're not a nurse. I was like, I hope you're going to school for nursing, because in freshman year I was like really obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, and just really obsessed with anatomy and physiology and like all that stuff. So I just really wanted to know like the science behind humans and like how we work and just everything like that. So like my aunt had actually got me a few books on like people and stuff like that, like evolution, and I read it and I thought it was so awesome. And now that I like look back at that, I'm like, damn, you didn't even try to go be a nurse. I didn't even choose that profession. I was like, yeah, I'm
Maybe
gonna
it
just go
wasn't meant
for
to be.
yeah, like my whole mindset was different. Like I actually wanted to be a detective, and I still do, but at the moment I feel way too childish to be a detective. I cannot take myself serious right now.
I could never be a detective. I mean, like, yeah, I like to find out. I would be a lawyer just because I like to argue, and a lot of the time I'm right.
See, my dad was a lawyer. There's too much reading and writing that goes into it. I would not be able to.
That's why. But
It's like hours of just staring at pages and pages of analyzing documents.
Well, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a police officer or like in the military. Those are like my two things. But there's many reasons behind that. But now that I think about it too, I was 18 5 years ago. Well, in December 1st, I'll be 18
Yeah,
5 years ago, bro.
yeah.
I would tell myself, don't get married.
17.
I wouldn't say anything else. I would tell myself, don't get married. And I know you're going to think about this. And knowing your stubborn ass, you still going to fucking get married. But don't get married. I promise you, I would never steer you in the wrong fucking direction. That's what I would
Honestly,
tell myself.
I'd be so afraid at that age to get married. You weren't afraid?
I'm not going to lie. Being in the military, like, the military definitely made it seem a lot easier than what it was. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
understand,
heard
like,
people were just
and
getting married
I
for
know
the
it
benefits.
sounds crazy, like, yeah, literally, but I know it sounds crazy, but like honestly, if you really think about it, marriage is just a piece of paper that says whatever is theirs is mine, and whatever mine is theirs. Like everything else is the emotion behind it. So
That's how I'd be married.
paper, yeah, marriage is just kind of a piece of paper, and I hate to say it, but it's literally just a legal documentation. That's it. It doesn't mean anything, but then again, I got married, so
I feel
it's
like
just-
the only benefits really to getting married at a young age is if you need some type of financial benefit that comes along with having a
yeah,
partner.
exactly. Like in
Like,
the military, they give you a house, they give you more pay. When you have a kid, you get paid more. Why do you think so many people in the army got kids?
Yeah, and it's like, you know, when it comes to like if you and your partner are really serious and your partner and you don't really have a good relationship with your family, God forbid something happens at like an accident or something and you can't make a decision for yourself, they automatically will go to your parent instead of your partner, no matter how little your parents know about you, which can put you in a tough predicament. They don't know what you want, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think I could fall into that little pyramid scheme of like get more money, have kids, get married. I'd be too afraid. I'd just be like, damn, like, yeah,
Nah.
I'm gonna get more money
Honestly,
right now, but I don't know.
like I said, the army makes everything sound sweet. So that's why I did get married for beneficial reasons. And I was young and dumb, you know. When I met my ex, I was, you know, me and my mom were having some issues, so I wasn't living with her. I was living with my grandmother, and you know, like I was very respectful to my grandmother, but she didn't control me. You know, like I couldn't be tamed. I was a badass kid, so I started living at his house, young and dumb. I'm now been away for 6 months, no cell phone, no friends, just me and 55 other fucking mean ass bitches from all over the world on the period at the same fucking time. All I wanted was my man when I got out of basic training, because I didn't talk to my mom like that. Like I was close to my dad, but my dad has his own life.
Yeah.
So I guess it was more in the sense of me being alone. I think I was scared to be alone in a state that I didn't know. It was just me making myself comfortable, and he had it pretty bad too at the time, so I figured why not take him with me. But that's why I did it, but I think it was genuinely because of the benefits.
Yeah, I feel like I am really hesitant to get married, and I don't plan on getting married, until I'm well into my 40s.
Well, I mean, okay, so
there's no rush.
Late 30s, 40s.
Are you okay with being engaged
See,
and
my thing
waiting
is,
to get married?
Why get engaged if you don't plan on getting married for some time? Really, the only thing that I ever see with engagements and waiting is if you need to plan a wedding or plan I don't know, just plan what you're planning to do when you get married. But I wouldn't get engaged just to chill in the engagement phase for 5 years,
Yeah, nah. I feel like 5 years is pushing it. Once
I think a year of engagement is max.
Wait, whoa! We're talking about 5 years in a relationship or 5 years engaged?
No, 5 years in an engagement.
Oh yeah,
but even 5 years after.
But what if you're saving up for that dream wedding?
But
why aren't you saving prior to that?
Because what if you really didn't know? Okay, people that get married after a year.
Engagements are surprises for women. So technically, I know what you're saying. I feel like as the guy, if you want to marry her, you're going to save up for an engagement ring, but you're also going to still be saving up for the wedding when the time comes.
I disagree.
But some people are old school too. Some people's parents pay for the weddings. There's multiple different reasons.
Yeah, but my thing is if you're in a relationship with someone, wouldn't y'all be talking about what stage y'all are comfortable with? Personally, I don't think I'd want to be blindsided with a good engagement that I wasn't comfortable with. I would want to have a conversation being hey, I think I'm ready for marriage. Take your time whenever you want to engage, whenever you want to propose, cool. But I feel like it's something that you have to be in a certain state of a relationship with your partner.
Yeah.
Before you guys.
No, some people really just.
Bro, hello.
We know some people that have gotten blindsided.
Okay, so boom, there's the full story.
There's the tea.
Bro, literally, here's the tea now. Now, literally, that's exactly what happened to me. On top of it, I found out a situation when I was at basic training about him and another girl, and I don't know, talk about it. So, fucking, me and him were having issues when I was at basic, and then he told me he was gonna propose to me, and I told him, don't propose to me. I have a letter. I wrote him a letter because we only wrote letters in basic training, and they would let us make phone calls on the weekends and shit. But I wrote a letter and I said, do not propose to me. I don't want to do this. I can't. I just can't. And he came to my graduation in December. I had literally just turned 19, I think. Because my birthday was.
How old was he?
Huh?
How old was he?
He was a couple months older.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think we were both 19 because I went away at 18. I was already gone there at 18. So 19 years old, just turned 19, and boom, he proposed to me.
Didn't you do it with your family around too?
Bro, my entire family.
I would feel so disrespected.
You have no idea. There was multiple people that pointed out that's another reason why I never posted my engagement video. It wasn't because I was trying to hide it.
But you posted on. I seen it.
No, I didn't. I shared it. I never posted him.
Posted it. I seen the video because I was just oh, okay.
Nah, bro, because I was tight because I told him don't come to my graduation. We weren't on good terms, at all, actually. And he still came, being the good boyfriend because he knew he messed up. But I wasn't expecting all that, to be real with you. I swear to God, I told him, don't propose to me. Don't come to my graduation. But then I wanted him there at some point, of course. But yeah, and he got down on one knee. And in my face, I'm just mouth open, kind of smiling, kind of not.
So you felt like you couldn't say no?
Yo, he literally asked me to marry him in front of everybody I spent the last 6 months with. These girls have seen me ass naked. Every inch of me together. These girls know me heart and soul, have seen me cry because, I have no choice but to be around them for 6 months. Mm-hmm. Now these people know almost my entire life just the way I am, just by sleeping in a bunk bed next to me with, it was just crazy. Yo, basic training was a crazy fucking experience, and here I am wanting to do it all over again.
I got a question though, because like you said that you told him not to propose.
I told him not to propose.
So like, why was that even like a topic of conversation? Did
Because
he bring up like wanting to propose?
Believe it or not,
like,
so before I even went to the military, he was supposed to go to the military too, but like it winded up not happening because he hurt his knee and blah blah blah. But his parents were really, because I was living with him my senior year. I moved in. I wasn't necessarily like my shit wasn't there, but I slept there every single night. I went to my grandma's house, grabbed clothes, and I went back to his house. Like I used to drive to school 45 minutes in the mornings, or he would drive.
I remember you would say some things about that.
Yeah,
like
bro.
coming to school. You're like,
So-
I got dropped off.
And I'm fucking dead. Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna lie. You know what it was though? Nah, I'm not even gonna violate. Never mind. But we were head over heels for each other, and I think another part of it was you noticed like after I had my situation with the other kid that I dated in our school, a little white boy that was in the couple grades above us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I stopped dating people from Bayshore. I stopped messing with people from Bayshore because those people knew a side of me that I necessarily, it's not that I didn't want to be, but I didn't want to be rowdy anymore. I didn't want to be drama anymore. Like I really, I don't know. I got.
It's like so deja
My parents have
vu.
been together for years.
I feel like I just remember you like telling me this in school.
I've always loved so old school. Like my parents have been together for years. My grandparents were together for years. Like everybody was high school sweethearts, and I wanted that so bad in life. I feel like because my stepdad was 19 when he met my mom, and my mom was like 21, and they've been together since. Like he's been a second father to me for years. So it's just like I've always wanted that love. I don't know.
yeah, I get wanting the love, but I think a way that your uprising is also depends on like the choices that you're comfortable making as an adult. Because like with my family, like divorce was everywhere. Divorce, cheating, affairs, like that shit was.
Nah, cheating was all the time. But
like my
nobody got
grandpa,
divorced
like
because of
they
it.
had like this cute old Italian relationship, like I'm putting on my wife's shoes for her, like that kind of love.
That's cute.
But like
See, I want that. I
no, but
cherish
like my
that.
dad was at college and he was out with another woman, and then they ended up getting divorced, and then she passed. Like it's like the fantasy romance is like such an ideal dream, but
Yeah.
it's
reality.
so unrealistic. Like I feel like it's a good thing to strive for, but like I don't know, it's hard to attain,
I don't
especially
know,
with like
though.
new age technology and stuff like that. I feel like it brings like a whole nother level to it, like old school romance.
I don't know. I agree. I understand what you're saying, but I feel like maybe because we haven't experienced that kind of love yet, that we don't understand what it's like. Because there's people that are still married and they're old and they are as happy as they can ever be. Like, and they have nothing bad to say about the relationships. You know what I'm
They've
saying?
probably honestly tried everything. They
Come
probably
on,
said
that's
they
what I'm
probably did the
saying,
whole
like-
like open relationship thing.
Yeah, I think
They
you just
probably
have to
did a little
find
bit of
that
everything.
person who also wants that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like why not? If you're gonna be with someone, why not explore with them too?
oh yeah, for sure.
You know? Like, oh, let's try talking to other people and being together. Let's try. If that doesn't work, then we stop. Why don't we try? Just try anything. Because why not?
My thing is, I think it's hard to find that within your hometown. Like, I think it's achievable if you go and you
There are
explore
millions
and
and
look
billions
for
and
it, you
trillions
know?
of people in this fucking world. Who's to say that my soulmate's not in 5th grade right now?
Yo, I'm not gonna cap.
Like,
I was talking
that sounds
to-
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. 5th grade's still a
Stop.
little bit away.
I
I
forget
was
how old I
talking to
am.
fucking Deja and Desiree, and we were just like talking about the show You. You know what I'm talking
Dad,
about?
I literally
New
just
season
watched
just
the
came
last
out?
episode
Yeah.
of that shit this
So,
morning.
We were just chatting
Pissed.
about the show, and I'm
That
just
was a
like, yo,
very
I'm not gonna
fast way
lie.
to kill off love.
I really
There's
think
no
I
way
really
now.
think a part of me is him. Like
Oh,
some of the things
you
that
said
he,
a part of me
I'm
is
not gonna
him.
lie. Some of the things that he has done, like thinking wise, like talking about his thoughts out loud while he was narrating his actions, I'm just like, sometimes I really think like that, but I'm really glad that I don't like act upon those things
And I
because
think
like
that's what
I
makes
would
it so
really
scary.
I would be a killer, and Pisces
Accurate.
are like
no, like
fucking high up there on that list for
Virgos
being
are
killers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, we're so psychotic. Ah.
But I think that's what makes the show
The
so
red
good.
flag thing. You guys seen that meme?
I hate you.
What do you mean?
The red
The red flag meme that's been going around. I'm fucking out of the loop too, but I seen a little bit of it, and it was like, oh, if it was like showing like different
it's just like
zodiac
red flags.
signs.
Like, what's a red flag to you in a guy?
Yeah.
What's a red flag that you
like
have
how
in
you
men?
said you hate red hair. She has red hair. Red
Yeah,
flag.
like-
You know what I mean?
red flag.
Yeah, shit like that.
It's like I hate. It's like literally. It's like I hate Virgos or Sagittarius or Pisces. It's just like red flag.
But it was like a score list. It was like Pisces had like 8 red flags. Then it was like Sagittarius, perfect,
Yeah.
we're perfect. It had Aquarius, we're perfect, we're
Hold
perfect.
on.
I'm like, fuck off.
They had
horoscopes.
they had
It was
one
funny.
with like the nationalities, like the island nationalities, and Puerto Ricans were the highest, and Dominicans were the lowest.
They were at like what, 2 flags?
As red flag.
That's fucked up. Why? Well, I get the people just trying to be funny.
No, they had Puerto Rican and Jamaicans up there. We were the highest ones with red flags. I like to think that I'm a very cool fucking person.
I think
people
that,
say
you
that
know.
Puerto Ricans are mad toxic. That they're like fucking crazy.
I'm not.
I mean, Macho is. So I can kind of see it, but
Fuck that.
I don't know.
Honestly, I have a question. Do you guys think that, like, just... Alright, how am I going to word this without ticking people off on this fucking podcast? So,
Just say it.
do you guys think
Fuck it.
that... Obviously, everybody has, like, a level of crazy in them, or however they want to word it. Like, obviously, everyone thinks not the same, but also the same. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we could label something crazy, but, like, is it really crazy to you? You know? Like, you can be like, oh, him or her jumping through your window, that's not even crazy at all. And I could be over here like, you fucking bugging. They're bugging out. Like, hell
I feel
no,
like
they're
that's based off of, like,
crazy.
experience, like how much stuff you personally would do, or how much stuff has been done to you, dictates your level of like.
I'm gonna
damn,
share-
that was psycho.
The craziest
That's
thing
true.
I've ever
Yeah,
done.
that's
Let me share
true.
that with you guys right now. I honestly have never told anyone this because I only went through it with one other person. And surprisingly, I got my mom to take me to do this crazy action. I didn't even tell her what I was gonna do. That's the crazy part.
What?
So, I was dating this guy. Well, I wasn't even really dating him. Like, we dated, and then I was just like, I don't want to be with you. It was like really toxic, and then like, I just wanted to be with him or whatever. Like, I just wanted to spend time with him, and like, I was into him, but like, we weren't dating. So it was just on and off, vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really explain it, but I'm pretty sure everyone has gone through it, like in their young life, in their first dating stages of their life. So I told my mom, I was like, oh, like, can you take me to, we're gonna name him King. I don't know, he's not a king at all. That's the ironic part about it.
Not
So,
kidding.
So I was like, oh, can you take me to King's house? I had left something there, and he's not answering, but I really need to go get it, because I just lied. I'm sorry if you listen to this, though. Like, if my mom's listening to this right now, I'm
Shout out to
sorry.
you guys.
Yeah, shout out to you for bringing me, though. So I was also with Tasia, and it was like 6 or some shit. We went over to his house, and like, I was like, I feel like the door is unlocked, because every time we would go to his house, like, he would just walk right in. Like, he would never have a key. So I'm like, I don't think that this door is locked right now. And I was just like really angry, because I felt like there was somebody in there.
Mhm.
And like, me and the girl,
In his house.
me and like, he was talking to somebody else, which is completely fine. And
Oh,
yeah,
you
so
got a girl
he-
was in there.
yeah, so long story short, he had went to a different school in the next town over. Like, he used to go to Bayshore, but then he moved to the next town. So, we were like seeing each other periodically. Like, it wasn't always every day, because like, we were in 2 different towns. And I'm definitely pausing a lot, because this is like a deep memory. Like, I have to fucking pull this shit out of my brain. So, long story short, he was talking to somebody who was also another Pisces. And I was like so intrigued by that. Like, I was really, really, really into astrology, like, when I was younger. And I'm just like so fascinated on like why people choose certain people. And then in my head, I'm just like, why her though? Like, I don't know her and I want to know her. And it was like, let me bring it back to the show. How like Love was like, I'll do anything for you. Or like Joe was like, I'll do anything for you. And that's why I'm so like fascinated in that story. Because it's just like, damn, like I really went through something similar to that at one point in my life.
Did
And
you end up getting to know her?
I did. So let me explain this to you. It was like a 6-month scheme. I was undercover acting like I didn't know that he was talking to her. Like so crazy, yo. Now that I look back at it, I'm just like, why did I do this? I wasted so much time and energy, but it was fun. Like I was just really on my lonely. Like I probably only spoke to Tay at that time. And like, that's it. Like I didn't really talk to anyone else because I was in a toxic relationship. I couldn't handle talking to my friends. And all my friends were like mostly guys, and they were just fed up with this guy. Like they did not like him. They were just like, fucking break up with King now. Yeah. Okay. We were dating, and
like,
then
while you were trying to get to know her.
Mm-hmm. And then he would, cause sometimes, all right, fuck, bro. I'm sorry, Pod. I'm sorry. I have way too many words for this guy because, bro, this guy is just. This guy is funny. I could write a book about him, and it's hilarious. No feelings attached, but
new name for the podcast.
What? No feelings attached. I'm weak. I can name that. All right, that's the name. So if you're 26 minutes into this podcast right now, I salute you for staying this far because now you know where the title came from. So, back to my fucking story. Where was I at? Oh, so yeah, he was talking to this girl.
Everybody's home.
Someone just knocked on our door. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back, and we definitely, I think, just made a new friend. Shout out to Jalen, Waterboy, because he just hooked us up. Yeah. But anyways, back to what I was saying. The show, You. Everybody has had one of those crazy moments, and like I said, the guy, King, he was talking to somebody for like maybe even longer than 6 months, and I became like best friends with his best friend, and that's how I ended up finding out that he was cheating, because he was like, I can't really like bear to see you go through this anymore. Like now that you're really my friend, like you gotta know, like your man is fucked up. And I'm like, what? Like I don't know if I believe you, but I kind of had no choice because like he would like start sending me snaps and stuff. He would be like, oh, I'll be like, oh, I can't see it. And he's like, what do you mean you can't see it? He just posted it. And I'm like, he blocked me from viewing his story. And that's when I realized, like, wow, this guy would really block me from viewing his story during school hours. And it was because he was like posting this girl all over Snapchat. And then blocking her. He was literally living a double life. He was blocking her when he was with me. So I couldn't see anything either. And it makes so much sense to like, he would freak out like if I would like use his phone to go on Snapchat and like take videos of us. He's like, you can save it, but like don't post it. And I'm like, that's fine. Like I don't have to post it, but like you're sus. And he was just really weird. He had this really crazy hold on my life. Like to the point where it's like, if he wasn't answering me, I'm showing up at his house. Like,
yeah.
And it's weird. Like, it's so weird that I went through that.
How people who live double lives like that,
right? Because I was just like, why would you put me through that?
Him, but like people who like really go into like in-depth cheating, where like you're playing both girls on your social media. And,
that shit is not cute.
Dates and like all this different stuff. Like, doesn't that shit get confusing in your brain? Like, you gotta keep track of like times that you agreed to see a certain person, but now the other person's trying to chill, and you gotta come up with an excuse. Like,
but you want to know why we really did not know each other, and it was because like we lived in 2 different towns. But you want to know how I really found out that it was true? Because I had brought him to a basketball game, and it happened to be both our towns were versing each other during this basketball game, and the girl was there because his friend.
Like with the sign.
How we both cheering our man on. You know what I mean?
How we both cheering on.
And we're both we're both on the same stand. She was at the bottom and I was at the top. And like his best friend comes in. I'm gonna say his name is Robin. I don't know. So Robin.
These names.
So no. I know his name, but like I'm not gonna like air them out like that.
Like, never mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna remember. King and Robin. So.
Oh yeah, the first one was
Fucking
King.
yeah. So Robin comes up the stairs and he's just like, "Hey, like, what are you doing here? What the fuck do you mean? What am I doing here? Like, this is my school. Like, they're playing at my school. I'm here because I had practice and I want to watch the game. So like, I gotta support my guys. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, Bayshore is playing. So people probably know what I'm talking about. Like, if you're from Bayshore, you probably know what I'm talking about.
I mean,
But-
I feel clueless, and I'm from Bayshore. So
Okay,
I don't even
okay,
know what's
okay.
happening. I'm
So,
just
yeah.
Like, ooh, tea.
So he's just like, oh, like, what do you want to do after this? Like, are you're gonna stay? You're gonna go? He was acting so sus. Like, he never really asked me those things. I'm like, okay, maybe he wants to chill, but like, he's just moving so weird. And he was just like, he kept like trying to get my attention, like to make me like look a certain way and shit like that. And I'm just like, I know what you're doing. I see right through the bullshit. And I was just like, you know what? A part of me just wants to search for this girl. So I go down the stairs and I told Tasia to come with me. And I go downstairs and I'm like looking. I'm like, I feel like it's that bitch that's sitting in like the second steps or whatever, like the staircase. I was like, I feel like she's like sitting on the second set of stairs. I feel like that's her. Like, it can't not be her. I really have a feeling that's her. And she was just like, oh, what do you mean? Yeah, like, just, it was just weird. Like, it was, I can't explain it, but it was obviously people I knew that were like all around her and she was in the middle. Like, some people from Bayshore knew her. So I'm like, I really think that's that girl. I'm not gonna fuck her up because I don't get my hands dirty. Like, I'm not gonna fight over a guy. That's crazy. But the real thing is like, does she know
Yeah.
that like there's me and there's her both thinking that we're the main bitches?
Yeah.
One of us has to
You
be the
gotta
side
tell
bitch.
her.
And
I feel like.
girl power all the way. I want to tell her, but she's feisty, bro. She wanted to beat me up. She wanted to do all this shit. I'm like, her being a Pisces, I understand. But like, I've been going through this for so long.
Info and dip because it's not your responsibility.
She didn't believe me. She did not believe me. And that's the power of guys, I guess. And it's sick when people like try to tell you something and you really don't want to believe it. It's insane. Like,
People
maybe
just keep
sometimes you
defending
just
their
need to
partners.
believe it. Exactly. But sometimes you just
Regardless.
gotta believe it. Like, if I had proof, all that shit. And it's like, you still don't want to believe it? That's insane. That's insanity. And I understand at the same time because, like, we were young. So I'm like, okay, like, typical high school drama. Like, she probably just wants to fucking fight me, act all cute, big and bad in front of her friends. Whatever. I don't care. So I just, like, kind of got so angry. And, like, his friend came down. And Robin was just like, let's go. Like, we're going to go. And we ended up going to, like, some other guy's house. And, like, we were all chilling. And King ended up getting mad at me. And was like, oh, like, I told you not to come. And I was like, I'm had practice. Like, this is my school. What the fuck you mean don't come? I'm obviously going to watch you play. It was already sus from the start. And you want to know what's even more crazy? I put it together. But he really tricked me. King was... He really got me. He got me good, bro. Good to the point where it's like, I'm like, damn, I can't even trust certain words because, like, he had me pick him up from her house.
I'm sorry, it's not
The
funny.
audacity.
It's not funny.
From
I'm
her
sorry.
house. I swear. From her house. And I'm just like, there's no way. I just picked him up from her house. And I'm like, I'm really about to, I'm about to kill him. Like, I
Drive
didn't
off
put it
the
together
road.
until I was talking to Brianna at lunch. And I was just like, yo, like, I picked him up yesterday. And it was sus. Cause, like,
Yeah, I know Brianna be on bullshit all the time.
Bro.
Wait, Brianna.
D.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So,
Brianna
We're
D.
just chilling. Like, we were close at the time. And, like, I was just so frustrated the next day. I'm like, yo, I really picked him up from her house. Am I dumb? Like, why did I not spaz? Like, I didn't put two and two together that because he was like, oh, can you pick me up from my friend's house? And in my head, I'm like, that's not your friend's house. I know all your friends. I know exactly where all they live because I'm crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like,
At least you're self-aware. I'm just kidding.
yeah, self-aware.
Just kidding.
But like, I'm like, I know where everyone lives. I know who everyone is. I talk to all of them. There's no way that you're hanging out with them. There's no way. So I had asked Robin, and I was like, who lives at this address? And Robin was like, sent me like the big eye emoji and was like,
Why?
huh? I'm like, who lives at that address? Like, I just picked him up. I picked King up. Who lives there? And he told me. I flipped, bro. I was so mad. And like, I was crying the next day. I couldn't hold it in. And Brandon's dumb ass comes over and was like, bro, you good? I slapped the shit out of him. I slapped him so hard in his face. I did not mean to do that.
Nah, I would have been tight.
I did not mean to do that. And I'm really sorry, Brandon. He probably doesn't remember it, but he was just like, his whole face turned red and he was just like, are you serious? Oh, that's what we're, oh, you're mad? Yeah, like, he was just like, he wasn't upset at me, but it was just like, I spazzed. I was like, you're asking me stupid questions. Are you really asking me if I'm sad right now? And I'm sitting here really crying at school. Like, I never cry at school. So, like, are you serious right now? You really asking me if I'm sad? That was, bro, I smacked him. And I was just like, I'm really surprised that, like, he stuck around after that. Because I was like, I really smacked him hard. But, can you just move that? The pillow. No, pillow, because the mic is right there. No, leave the mic there. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys, if you hear.
You
Actually, I'm gonna cut it out. I'm just gonna cut it out. Yeah. But yeah, like, honestly, it was just crazy. Like, I guess you just really be having moments, and that was one of my moments, like, feeling like Joe or love.
Yeah, we're gonna go psycho on someone else because of
That
being with
person.
somebody.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now I just sit back and I look at everything. Like, when I hear people, like, talk about, like, their relationships or, like, how someone has them, like, wrapped around their finger. And I'm just like, damn, they really got you. They got you. And you don't think that they got you. You just think that
Yeah.
you guys are in love. But really, like, they got you.
It's all about trust, I feel like, and
Yeah.
some people just don't care to maintain it, you know? Like, obviously the cheaters they just are being selfish, they want to do what they do, and then you just got to deal with the consequences. And it's hard because it's like, once that happens, I feel like that kind of gives you motive to not trust people in the future, regardless how they treat you. Like, it has like a snowball effect. But again, I wouldn't really know. I don't think I've never been cheated on, or at least caught.
Caught getting cheated on? Wait, Macho cheated on you?
No.
Oh.
No, meaning like if he has, I wouldn't know because I
Oh.
haven't, you know. But like, we've been together 6 years and we haven't had any problems like that.
Just make sure you open it because it's going to be mad. It's going to be like ASMR and I'm like,
Oh, I'm dead.
Maybe it would be like a cool thing.
Yeah, you gotta be alright.
ASMR segment.
um,
If it sounds trash, just cut it.
but yeah, like, it's just insane how people can go through things like that with, like, different people. And that's why I always tell, like, Savion, it's okay. Savion's my boyfriend, for those who don't know. But I always say, like, I'm your first girlfriend. And that's not a bad thing. But how do you know how a person really makes you feel if you haven't experienced other people, you know? One person can make you feel all those things. That's fine. But it's like getting experience on how to, like, deal with certain situations when it comes to liking another person. It's like everyone gives you a different feeling. And, like, everyone gives you different reactions, you give different parts of you that you didn't even know you had. So
Yeah.
that's how I like to look at things, like, from a not difficult standpoint. But about to be 4 years. I don't know. That's so bad to say, but I just suck with dates in general. So just going on, like, a few years dating with him, people were just like, how can you say that? And I'm just like, because we're young as hell. We're fucking 22 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what my future lies. Like, I don't, I could say I'm going to be with you forever, but like, I don't know. None of us know.
At the end of the day, you don't know what the future holds, and like people change and people could grow apart regardless.
Exactly.
Like, people don't even have to be responsible or do anything in particular. It just kind of happens.
Mm-hmm. That's why I feel like I just can't lie about it. Like, I can't lie and be like, forever, I'm going to be with you forever. But I don't know that. Because I can say that, but like, what if you're thinking different? So.
Yep, and I feel like getting things out of other people is like, with the experience of it, makes having friends and relationships so important. Because like, for a while, like, if you build your entire support system around one person,
mm-hmm.
and then you guys eventually grow out of it or grow like apart, you don't want to talk anymore if it goes that way, and then you're stuck being on your own, which isn't a problem, but it's like, if you're not used to that, it could definitely be like a situation that you wouldn't want to find yourself in.
Shock for your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until you learn how to adjust again.
Yeah, but it's like, also like, in this day and age, like, it's so hard to make friends that it's like, if you don't have friends, even if you want the desire to have people around you,
mm-hmm.
if you don't have that, it's hard to find it. Unless you just like, I don't know, people watch and go to a bar.
I just want to know, when did we get to a point where it's like, say you know somebody, you don't talk to them for a few years because life just hits. Why do people who don't talk for a few years, they just be like, nah, like, they don't fuck with me, like, I don't fuck with them? Like, why are people
like
so quick to like,
sight, out of mind kind of thing too?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when things aren't directly in front of you, like, you're not, like, at least I don't tend to even remember that they exist, like, until something brings it up, and then I'm like, oh yeah, like, unless they were like super important to me. Like, you could bring up someone random from Bayshore,
mm-hmm.
and most likely I would have an interaction with them, and I'd be like, I don't know who that person is. But like, I don't know, like, after a while of just not seeing that person, like, you come back and you're whole new people, Like, it can be hard for some people to get into that again.
I always just try to keep like the same energy, like, pick up from where we left off type of thing. And like, if you're not like the same, as like picking up and just moving along from where you guys left off, then there has to be something wrong that like you guys need to talk about. But it's just like, when I haven't seen people in years, I just try to like rekindle for missing so long. But at the same time, just so curious about like the things that they went through when I wasn't there. So I just be like, yo, what were you doing? Like, I'm not even mad that I didn't talk to him, or like, I can't even say that they hate me because I don't know. But like, I feel like this generation is so quick to just say like, oh, I don't mess with that person, or like, I don't mess with this person because they just haven't spoken to me, or they just haven't like went out their way, or just anything like that. Like, in reality, it's not hard to balance friendships and relationships, but at the same time, it kind of is, because I can go a week without talking to my family, and then I'm like, yo, it's already been a week. You gotta go call your family. Like, it's been a little bit. Like, you gotta check in on them, or like your friends. Like, it's been a little bit since you responded. Stop getting distracted and just finish the conversation and then move on. Like, sometimes I tend to drag conversations for days when they don't need to be days long.
Me, I answer once every single day. It's not even for any reason. It's just, I don't know, like, I know you're alive. I see you posting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know you're there.
It's so polar opposite, because I've been taking like a year.
If you need me, you know how to find me. Like, that's really what I came down to, So I used to think like that, but I don't think like that no more. And it's not because of any reason. It's, people didn't look for me. I didn't look for them, Like, it's just, I just lose touch with people, but it's not that I lose love for them. It's just, hey, you got your own shit going on. I ain't got much going on, but I got my own shit going on. So it's just like,
I think it's like the relationship thing where like people grow apart, like friends grow apart, and
people
like
grow out
you
of
always
each
have
other.
like love for that person, or like you have love for the memories that you have with that person.
No shade,
but
that's how I feel when
it's
I
not
go
the
back
same.
home. Like, when I go back home, everybody shows me love. They're like, yo, let's chill. I haven't seen you in that long. Yo. Everyone's hitting me up, and I'm
That's
like,
good.
why are you not texting me when I'm in Florida? Like,
Yeah.
why you not FaceTiming me when I'm in Florida? Which I understand because, you know, they're probably more of a physical, they just they want to see me in person. Not everybody is like that online. You know what I mean? Not everybody always just wants to chat or text. So, like, I understand, you know, they just want to see me in person, which is fine. But it's like, to keep up with how you're progressing in life and you want to keep up with how I'm progressing in life, then I feel like I need to talk to you at least periodically. Because, like, like I said, I'll try to rekindle the relationship from where it stopped, but then I'm gonna rekindle it, and then they're like, "Oh, you're a fucking weirdo," but then forget that they was on that type of time like 6 months ago. So, you know, so sometimes it's like hard to just. Sometimes it's hard to do that, but other than that, I mean, I feel like when it comes to communication, everyone could always use a little pushing, because like time really does slip up under your feet, and by the time you know it, it's like been fucking a year. You know, like it's been I'm on year 2 of living here, so yeah, it's been a long time. And as I say, I'm about to close this pod out and start the next one. So like we always say, I'm happy. We don't say any of that, but
What do you know?
I was about to say, like we always say, I'm happy y'all tuned in and are still here, even though I went MIA for like 4 weeks. We're not gonna talk about that, but we're gonna finish out the rest of the season strong, and then we're gonna go on to season 2. Honestly, I don't really know how I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, because I don't know if I want to do like seasons or if I just want to not do any type of seasons and do chapters. You know what I mean? Like this would be like chapter 1. Not even, like, it go by months. So, like, it would just be, like, a chapter.
You would do, like, chapters, but, like, each podcast is a chapter.
Each podcast is a chapter?
Like, you'd already have, like, 3 chapters out.
Oh,
like,
that's
as,
cool.
like, instead of, like, episodes, you call them chapters. And, like, if you want, like, you could have, like...
I thought about that, but I feel like the podcast has to be, like, an hour or so. Right now we're at 47 minutes, but by the time I edit it, it's going to be, like... 30, yeah. But, you know,
you figure it
tune
out.
in to my friends. Shout your Instagram out.
The Tinker at Instagram and Twitter and TikTok.
Spell it for them.
The and then TYNKR.
The as in THE. If you guys are not understanding what she's saying. Ariana?
Ariana _Mura, ARIYANA_MIURA.
Follow her. Okay.
Y'all heard it.
Follow both of them. Okay.
Here, bitches.
But yeah, so you guys will see another podcast posted next Friday, hopefully. If I don't get discouraged again. Not that I'm discouraged at all. I'm chatting. But if I don't get busy again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. Little Girls Talk Pod. You can check us out on Instagram at No Plans Today Podcast. Nope, No Plans Today Pod. Sorry. And on Twitter at No Plans Today Pod. And that's it.